Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover another Kabaya kit. I'm talking Kabaya kits, I'm talking the Aerobots. When I'm talking the Aerobots, I'm talking Slingshot. Yes, I know he's green instead of being white, which is kind of odd. He is not a Harrier jet. He is yet another jet just like Firefly was in the previous video. The green is actually really nice on him. I do like the idea that he's got these kind of yellowy stripes going on, and he's got this weird squiggle going on the tail. And the tail's got a lot of molded detail. There is detail throughout these things, so it's not just a flat surface that isn't detailed at all. He does have a tiny little landing gear there on the bottom. And he's just really neat. I do like him a lot. As for the head on this one here doesn't like to stay in very well, so let's try doing it that way. There we go. Anyway, back into the jet mode. It does happen to have a large sticker here for the cockpit, and he only kind of pegs together just so far. I really can't get him to compress anymore, I don't think. Oh, there we go. There's a little lip here, I just noticed. And if these arms are down a little too far, it won't actually compress in all the way. So these guys are a bit finicky, which is fine. I don't mind that. It doesn't really bother me when things are slightly finicky. I normally can figure out what's going on with them. But he is, like I said, these jets look kind of like, almost like a Raptor, but more like the European version. I really can't place what type of jet this is. Some people might say it could be a Chinese style like jet. I'm not really sure which ones these are. If somebody out there knows, please tell me in the comments below. He does happen to have his little gun, which plugs in right here onto his little back. And that's the only place you can really store it. You can't plug it into these ports here at all. These are for a completely different gimmick. Yeah, I think it's neat. I don't mind it. It's really cool. A lot of detail. He's not terrible. Not terrible at all. I do like him a lot. And these guys are tiny. They're not very big. And that's what I like about them. They're not a huge robot. I don't have to worry about it taking up half a house. And that's what I like about these guys. They are smaller than a normal Aerobot. A normal Aerobot was about, I'd say about that long, normally. So you see these things aren't half size, but maybe 2/3 the size of an actual Aerobot. So if you guys are out there interested in getting a small set of Aerobots, these guys are actually pretty nice. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get into this transformation. Move that out of the way. Pop this here off, just like I did before. There's some parts for me. That's okay. And try to square that up a little bit. And then we'll take his leg portion here and slide it down. And then fold those wings up. And stand them up. And I'll take the cockpit portion here and slide it back. And it does kind of fit that whole like little jet portion there he's always had on his back. And then as for the headpiece likes to get stuck in there. This tiny post is supposed to go, it's really hard to see, but it's down in there. It's supposed to be a hole down there that this is supposed to peg into. And I can't for the life of me get these to plug in all the way. That's fine because the headpiece has to come off for combination mode and such. So I mean, you really don't want to glue it in place. Somebody out there's probably done something where they've beefed up the inside of that enough to let the post actually grab better. Mine here happens to have a deformation on the post here in the front. This is just mold issue. This wasn't like chewed on or anything like that. So it's something that happens sometimes with these kits when you do get them. Sometimes a piece may not be formed 100% correct. But you have to remember, these kits, back when they first came out, were only about $5 a piece. Not even that, really. I think they were only like $3. And they came with some bubble gum and came in a little box. And they were 2-packed, by the way. Here's these two together. I think these two look really cool together. I do like good old Firefly and Slingshot here together. I think they look cool. Kind of gives you a bit of a comparison between the two. If you guys want to see a bigger size comparison, here he is next to Merman. Kind of gives you a height thing going on here. These guys are not very tall. They are tiny. I'm talking tiny. And I'm good with that. I like the tiny stuff. I think it's great. More into that stuff anyway, and the smaller stuff is better, in my opinion. Break out one of my reflector bots here real quick and show you how tall he is next to a reflector bot. Like I said, tiny. Gives you a bit of a comparison of how small these guys really are. An original aerial bot would actually come up to about here. So they were a little taller than these. Not by a lot though, that's the thing. Like, the aerial bots and the Scramble City guys really weren't that tall. I mean, Swindle out of the combiners actually was the smallest. So anyway, this has been a quick look at one of the Kabaya kits. And you guys tune in tomorrow, I'll end up having another one. And I'll see you around. That's it for now. Bye!